Anyone who watched that last Raptors win over the Dallas Mavericks saw everything you've been hoping for since the season began. It's been hard to recognize this team. They haven't played defense, they've struggled on offense, and have just looked discombobulated for the most part. But that win over the Mavs, you saw the real Raptors, the team that can be scrappy on the defensive end, that can share the ball on the offensive end. And it didn't matter that Fred VanVleet was struggling. This is something the Raptors have had a problem with. When one of their core guys is struggling, they just haven't been able to put up enough points. And so you look at that win, a blowout win. They haven't been able to get away from teams. That's something they did. Now they've got to carry it forward to the next 5 games. Coming up next, you've got the Eastern Conference champs twice in the Miami Heat, then an Indiana Pacers team twice again. They've been playing great basketball, and of course, they've got former Raptors assistant Nate Bjorkgren as their head coach. And finally, to finish off that 5-game stretch, they've got the Milwaukee Bucks with Giannis Antetokounmpo. It's going to be tough, but you look at that Mavs game, if they can just take the positives of that and the way that they've been building even before that, there is hope here for the Raptors to get out of the slump that they've been in. The biggest thing the Raptors are doing right now is they're grabbing the low-hanging fruit. So much of the frustration has been about the careless mistakes, the simple mistakes that they've been making time and time again. Bad rotations on defense, bad turnovers on offense. And so once you clean some of that stuff up, the Raptors are seeing the best versions of themselves come forward. Nick Nurse knowing who he can depend on now too is a huge factor. And no one has jumped out more than Chris Boucher. Coming off the bench, he's averaging 16.7 rebounds, 2 blocks a game. I don't think anyone could have seen this coming, and he's looking like a 6th Man of the Year candidate right now. If he can keep up that production, the Raptors have a solid piece off the bench that can constantly provide a spark, and that's going to take them a lot further than they thought after that 2-8 start. Going back to the core, we've seen Pascal Siakam pick up his game. OG Anunoby had arguably his best game against the Mavs, and Fred VanVleet has been steady throughout. But Kyle Lowry, I mean, what more can you say about this guy? His leadership, his toughness, that has held the Raptors through this tough 2-8 start. And now with 3 straight wins, they're only 3 games behind home court advantage in the East. And who's to say they can't get there? If they can continue to build, Kyle Lowry continues to lead the way he can, the Raptors are going to have a much better season than some might have feared.